Let's get right into the uranium news of the week, guys. Let's talk about price action first. Last week, North Shore Global Uranium Mining ETF down 1%, flat, boring, like watching paint dry. Let's look at the overall market. Last week, up 0.119%, flat, boring, like watching paint dry. Literally zero movement, very boring if you're just looking at price action. But guys, the fundamentals behind the scenes were not boring. A lot happened. Very exciting if you follow along. First, I want to thank John Quakes for sharing this on Twitter. Goldman Sachs was once again leading the charge and buying up units of Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. Goldman Sachs is investing in uranium. Someone there, these guys are called the masters of the universe. They control the money of the world, right? They invest in the smartest people. Well, people over there are going big into uranium, buying $10 million worth of uranium today for one. So clearly, the hive mind over at Goldman Sachs thinks that uranium is going up, maybe because of some of the bullish developments we've been talking about. Let's get into some of what actually happened this week, guys. John Quicks also shared this. Russia's Rosatom sees no issue with switching to payments in rubles. This is incredible, massive. So like Rosatom is a state-owned nuclear company, sees no problem in possible transition to rubles and payments with foreign customers. The CEO said, we already know that Russia is squeezing Europe right now by saying, if you want Russian fossil fuels, you're going to have to pay for it in rubles, which obviously no one wants to do. That is supporting the Russian currency. And they're wielding their power, and they're wielding their influence and power in this space because Europe is desperate for Russian energy, right? Well, America is desperate for Russian uranium. If you just look at the last video we did, we proved that out. Like, America is desperate for Russian uranium. So what if Russia forces the world to use Russian rubles to buy uranium? That would be the world indirectly propping up the Russian currency at a time whenever it's trying to go away. Amazing 4D chess going on here, but this is huge if they're actually even considering it. Putin signed a decree stipulating that all contracts for gas supplies with companies registered in unfriendly countries, Western countries, the measure only concerns Gazprom's pipeline exports, with the company expecting to receive first ruble payments in the second half of April and May. So they're actually getting what they want. Russian Security Council deputy chairman suggested to switch to ruble payments in other strategic sectors, including metallurgy, food, agriculture, and uranium, one of the scarcest above ground supply in demand assets in the world, guys. Unbelievable if that actually plays out. That is huge and something to stay on top of. We got this out of England, guys, from Boris Johnson. Why have French got 56 reactors and we've got 5? Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of England, is in a fury in brutal nuclear jibe. Boris Johnson has lashed out at the Labour Party over the UK's failure to compete with France in the area of nuclear energy. The United Kingdom, one of the most powerful countries in the world, is investing heavily into uranium. That's the demand side picking up. Then we have this, United States. On nuclear, Biden could learn from Boris. Boris is giving the nuclear industry a chance to reduce the UK's carbon emissions and contribute to the nation's energy security. Your turn, Joe. So this opinion piece is agreeing with Boris that if you want to reduce your carbon emissions and increase your nation's energy security, nuclear is the option. And who else agrees with this opinion piece? Are some of the most powerful people in America. Wyoming's senators push Biden to speed development of federal uranium reserve. The National Opportunity to Restore Uranium Supply Services in America, No Russia Act, is sponsored by these senators. Introduced Thursday, it would require the Energy Department to immediately begin executing development of the reserve, meaning get uranium out of the ground, guys. That's going to increase the price as money is invested and supply is sought out and taken off the market in this reserve. At the same time, so as the United States is trying to hoard uranium supply, either get it out of the ground or get it off the secondary market, as they're trying to build up a stockpile of uranium reserves, Sprott Physical ETF is doing the exact same thing, and other uranium companies like Kazatomprom are doing the exact same thing. It's a land grab. They're trying to shore up as much as possible. This is the supply, the tight supply, getting tighter as the U.S. moves forward. Powerful senators are urging the U.S. administration to speed up the development of uranium reserve. Very interesting geopolitical influences and impacts here, guys. More on the demand side. Canadian provinces agree on nuclear energy plan for small reactors to reduce emissions. The governments of Ontario, Saskatchewan, New Brunswick, Alberta put forward a nuclear plan. They say will move them toward cleaner energy. On Monday, the province's energy ministers agreed to a proposal for small modular reactors. 2 advanced reactors are to be developed in New Brunswick by 2030. Saskatchewan could break ground on this site by the mid-2030s. The provinces hope the reactors will eventually help phase out coal-produced electricity in Alberta and provide a steady power supply to complement renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and battery storage. So what's happening is a global renaissance. While it seems far away, the 2030s, 2050s, well, that seems far away. If there's investment into these nuclear plants, which there are many happening, many being built around the world, as that investment happens, these nuclear plants need to shore up years worth of supply. They need to buy it ahead of time. They're not the day one the plant opens, going to start buying. They buy it years in advance, many months in advance. And so the 2030s seem far away, but they are absolutely not when it comes to uranium supply demand dynamics and all these utilities needing to buy as much as possible in the near term. More on the demand side. What it means to have nuclear energy in Singapore power sector's net zero emission aims. Singapore, another bullish development. Nuclear energy could be part of Singapore's energy mix by 2050, deemed unsuitable due to safety and reliability concerns in a pre-feasibility study conducted in 2012 by the Ministry of Trade and Industry. The Energy 2050 Committee projects that nuclear energy could supply about 10% of Singapore's power needs by 2050 due to technological advancement. This is huge. Technological advancements have made nuclear even safer. We've already seen over the last decades how few accidents there are. Well, now we just get technological advancement exponentially making this asset more and more safe, more reliable, smaller, more usable. And so we're seeing this global adoption. This piece out of the Motley Fool sums it up. Uranium experts expect the price to surge significantly in 2022 as the supply is unlikely to rise anytime soon. This is absolutely crucial. We're talking about the demand rising exponentially, utilities needing to invest in long-term contracts ahead of time, and the supply isn't going to come online anytime soon. So very exciting development as the future fuel of the Earth and the galaxy, space, right? Starts to gain in popularity, the renaissance unfolds, and the shrewd investors who are investing in this resource like Goldman Sachs is doing and others take advantage of the constrained supply-demand fundamentals. We'll stay on top of these updates, guys. There's so much going on in this space. This discussion is for informational purposes only. Please consult a certified financial planner when making any decisions about investing. And do your own research before making any decisions. Investments are risky, and you can lose lots of money in them.